very entertaining segment we've got on this show, which are filled with all sorts of stories and shenanigans. It's usually always very spicy.
Yeah, and I like to make it a little bit more spicy by adding a little bit of that original Louisiana hot sauce. It's a perfect balance of peppers, vinegar, and salt. You can put that on wings, nachos, and burgers, or whatever it is that you be eating. If you would like it with a little bit of spice, a little bit of kick, hit every tailgate food and hit it with that bold, handcrafted flavor of the original Louisiana hot sauce. That's Louisiana hot value.
After your sports weekend happens. So it's time to get the FSR IR report.
All right. And away we go.
We used the first segment to talk about my IR. So
no travel issues?
That was it? Yeah. That was it.
I will say this. I sneezed on the plane yesterday, and it was such a very, very hard and violent sneeze
Gesundheit.
that I snorted.
Oh.
I sneezed and farted, and it was a blower. Like, it was no denying it. I had a couple different weird moments with flagellations this weekend. I was
that LeVar Arrington?
I forget exactly where I was. I walked right out. I walked right outside of a suite to like, let it go to be.
Oh no.
I thought it sounded like that too. I was in like I thought I was in a safe place and totally let it rip. And before I was finished, I turned around and a person was walking up upon me. Totally witnessed the whole dang thing.
Was there eye contact? Like any acknowledgement of what just happened?
I did not make eye contact because I knew I was already caught.
Should have blamed it on James Franklin.
Male or female?
One was male, one was female.
Okay.
The plane was a male that was right next to me, and he clearly, like, I saw him look at me through my peripheral, and I did not look back. I did not oblige him to look at him. And then the lady, like, where I was at, away from the suite that caught me, I just walked away. I just walked away and just was like, they got a story to tell. Maybe people will believe them. Maybe they won't. I have deniability opportunities there, but I've just told it on radio now, so maybe that's gone.
The interesting thing is, like, I feel like you're the type that would draw more attention to it. You'd be like, a troop. Oh God.
I did.
He gassed me last week. Was it Thursday?
Yeah, I've been gassy. Like, ever since I've been on this healthy kick, I've been like gassy. I don't know.
Before he left the studio, I was closing up. Before he left the studio, he fired off a round and then closed the door as fast as he could, so none of it could escape the room.
I love it. Good for you.
It was so bad.
I had to hotbox you.
Good for you.
Thank you.
And then he's filming
give
his
Jonas
work.
that work.
Yeah.
And then he's got his
Give him that
camera out.
work.
Hey, it's Jonas Knox, and Express Employment Professionals makes hiring easy. Forget about posting jobs, sifting through resumes, being ghosted, and interviews with unqualified applicants. Move up to the pros with ExpressPros.com. With Express, you can lower contingent labor costs and reduce turnover. Every day, Express recruits and screens a variety of workers in your area, so when it's time to hire, they have the talent you need ready to go to work. When you're ready to improve your hiring efficiency, choose Express. Go to ExpressPros.com to find the location near you. That's ExpressPros.com.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. Also that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Listen to something authentically Austin, the JB and Sandy podcast on the iHeartRadio app.
2 right lanes are blocked off by a wreck on Highway 71 eastbound at the Spirit of Texas. Delays now start from Riverside Drive, causing about a 15 to 20 minute slowdown. If you're heading northbound on I-35, stop and go traffic's adding about 8 to 10 minutes to your Monday morning commute from Onion Creek Parkway over to William Cannon. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by eBay. Swapping out your tires? There's nothing like it. With eBay, you find the feel you're looking for, from smooth highway rides to grip for rough terrain. Get all the tires you need at the prices you'll love. eBay. Things people love.
Out here, days are getting a little cooler, and mornings are starting with a few more layers. It's the season for more time at the grill, more feed for your animals. Heaters burn late into the night, and the woods start calling your name. We appreciate hard-working hands, shared moments, and love for our land. That's why season after season, we're here for your life out here. Tractor Supply.
And Doug.
Limu and I always tell you to customize your car insurance and save hundreds with Liberty Mutual. But now we want you to feel it. Cue the emu music, Limu.
Save yourself money today. Increase your wealth. Customize and save, we say.
That may have been too much feeling.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Savings vary. Underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Excludes Massachusetts.
Your Valpak Blue envelope of savings is arriving in the mailbox. Inside, you'll find coupons to dine, shop, and save local. This month, keep an eye out for special offers from A1 Garage Door, the name you can trust for repairs, service, and garage door replacements. And remember, savings don't stop at the mailbox. Visit Valpak.com anytime for instant access to local coupons and deals you'll love. Valpak and A1 Garage Door, opening doors to savings at home.
October baseball is here. The baseball postseason is in full swing, and BetOnline is your #1 source to get closer to the action. From first pitch to the final out, BetOnline gives you more ways to play with the latest odds, breaking news, live scores, and in-game wagering. Also catch every pro and college football game, cage fighting, and hockey futures all in one place. Lastly, don't miss their VIP program with level-up bonuses, cash boosts, and exclusive rewards. Head to BetOnline today, because at BetOnline, the game starts here.
You know that expression, put a little spring in your step? Well, whoever said it must have been talking about Glide Step hands-free Skechers slip-ins. Because with Glide Step, you get a pillow-like soft landing, then an explosive takeoff. It makes walking feel effortless. So springy, it's almost like you're floating. And speaking of effortless, have you tried hands-free Skechers slip-ins technology? Just step in and instantly your shoes are on. No bending down and no touching. Try Glide Step hands-free Skechers slip-ins at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
Your one stop for advertising? Call 844-844-iHeart. Live concerts.
Getting back to the moments we miss starts with getting informed. Get the latest info about COVID-19 vaccines at getvaccineanswers.org. It's up to you. Brought to you by iHeartRadio and the Ad Council.
From the Audio-Visual Consultation Studios, Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, KVET AM Austin, your home for the Horns, and the #1 preset in your car and on a free iHeartRadio app.
The morning kickoff. The morning kickoff.
It's the morning kickoff with Mike Hardball Hardge and the world's strongest man, WWE Hall of Famer, Mark Henry, on your home for the Horns, 1300 The Zone.
And back to throw. Blitz is coming. Mateer lets it fly across the middle, and it is intercepted. Picked off by Malik Muhammad. Welcome back, Manny. It's a pickoff. The Longhorns will have it on their own 42. Shotgun snap to Arch Manning. Manning looking, steps up, fires over the middle. It's caught. Touchdown, Texas. DeAndre Moore in the back of the end zone. What a drive to start the second half. A 12-yard touchdown pass, and the Longhorns have their first lead in the All-State Red River rivalry. Mateer has it. Back to throw on third down. Fires over the middle. Ball tipped, intercepted. Picked off at midfield. It's Grayson Littleton. Littleton, the freshman.
picks off his second pass of the year, and the Longhorns have the third interception of the ball game against John Mateer. That's the snap, and the kick is away. A good punt. Niblett settles under at the Texas 25, turns upfield to the 30, to the 40. Brian Niblett to midfield. Niblett down the sidelines to the 40, to the 30. Say goodnight to this one. Brian Niblett, a 75-yard punt return for a Longhorn touchdown. Arch Manning puts down the knee. Fans are celebrating. The Texas Longhorns with a dominant defensive effort and a very efficient game from Arch Manning and Travian Weisner and the rest of the Longhorn offense. Roll back and beat the Oklahoma Sooners for the third time in the last 4 seasons. The Texas Longhorns beat the Oklahoma Sooners and hold them without a touchdown in all 3 matchups. Final score from the Cotton Bowl in Dallas. The Texas Longhorns 23, the Oklahoma Sooners 6.
Good morning, Austin, K-Town, Pflugerville, H-Town, Pearland, El Paso, San Antonio, and or wherever you may be listening. This is the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio AM 1300, The Zone. Texas delivers at the Red River Rivalry. The Horns answer the bell, and the Golden Hat stays in the 5-1-2. There's some top 25 changes, and the Horns are back in it. Another coaching change for a big-time program. The Texas team makes some moves up inside that top 25, and the MLB Championship Series have been kicked off. I am your host, Mike Hardball Hardge. My co-host is a WWE Hall of Famer and recognized as the world's strongest man. He is the Mark Henry.
Good morning, Austin.
And I think you got the wrong microphone today, but we'll get that figured out. And our guy Marcus is behind the boards. And of course, if you want to be a part of the show, all you got to do is text the word Texas followed by your message to 81530. Standard data and message rates may apply. That's the word Texas followed by your message to 81530. Standard data and message rates may apply. Also, if you want to voice your opinion, all you got to do is use that talkback feature because we're going to give you a chance to win a pair of tickets to go see, guess who? Alice Cooper and Judas Priest. Got to make sure you do that once again. And then we might even hear your message on air. All right, you heard it. It was a big-time matchup for the Texas Longhorns. They got the W in a hard-fought matchup. Let's just put it like this. Texas has outscored Oklahoma in 3 of the last 4 games, 106-9. Texas has gone out there.
Now, that's a whooping.
Yeah. You could call it a lot of things, but you're not going to call it a win if you're a Sooner. Let's just say that. And you start to look at this game, and I'll get into my thoughts in the Hard Knocks life. Mark Henry's got some things he wants to get off his chest as well. But Texas handled their business, and this is the Texas team that people were hoping that they were going to see at the beginning of the year. This is the Texas team that handled things in all 3 phases of the game. The offense did what they needed to do. The defense was undeniably the biggest part of the success on Saturday. And you get a special teams home run hitting play that you needed all season long. So all levels of this team was in effect. You had good punting, you had field goal attempt. There were things that this Texas team did that you were like, okay, this is who we thought this team was going to be. Now, I brought it up. We've talked about it. Other people have said it. Coach Sark even said it. This is the game that needed to happen after what happened in Florida. If it would have been anybody else, let's just say it was Kentucky. After that, who's getting up for Kentucky?
Right.
Not a lot of people are really getting, they're going to have to this week because now you're on an emotional roller coaster. You had to fight for this. You had to get to that. And now you have to go on the road again to go play somebody that's been down that also had a week to prepare for you. 2 weeks now to prepare for you. They watched what happened. So now you have to be, again, this is where we start to find out what type of football team this Texas team is.
And it's not over. That everybody is crowning us. I'm loving the fact that Texas went to Dallas and handled business. But Kentucky is not going to lay down.
No.
And it's not the end. Like, I really want to see all the way through A&M what Texas is going to do now. But this was a jump start. This is putting the jumper cables on the battery and recharging it. Like, let's keep this energy. You know how they say, oh, I want that same energy.
Yep.
Next week, I want that same Texas energy that we saw in Dallas.
Well, I like what you said, because this is something that could jumpstart this team and put them on that quest, again, that we thought this team was going to be on at the beginning of the season. We didn't expect them to be the number one team coming into the season. I did expect them to be ranked high enough, not necessarily the number one team. I didn't expect them to fall out of the top 25 through this journey this early in the season. But now the process is swung back into their favor. And yes, this is the time that we get ready to get after it. And here's what Coach Sark had to say right after that big victory over the Oklahoma Sooners.
I'd say first and foremost, really proud of our players. You know, this is not an easy week for them. You know, when you have a gut check moment like we had last Saturday, and really for the entire week, their ability to respond the way that they did this week, not only during the game, but their ability to quiet the noise, because there was a lot of noise outside of our building, and their ability to stay connected to one another and put in the effort, to put forth the work, to put in the preparation, and then to come out and play our brand, our style of football. And I thought we played a very physical game. I thought we played complementary football. All three phases were tied together. We had a game plan, and the guys executed it. And I thought we got better as the game went on in executing that plan. And ultimately, the result was the result. And so, again, I'm just proud of these guys, and I'm proud of those guys down that locker room for trusting the plan and executing the plan and playing, you know, our brand of football today.
We didn't unjustly go at Texas last week.
I think we were being very fair.
We were being fair.
I think we're very
and I had people go, man, you must don't never want to go back over to University of Texas campus because you sounded a little harsh. I didn't say nothing that was wrong.
Exactly.
I wasn't lying on them. I wasn't judging them. I was saying what the facts were. And with that, you have to have your admissions and your apologies. And I want to give a shout out to that offensive line.
Absolutely.
In 1 week, they were able to pick up line shifts. In 1 week, they didn't get Arch killed. They fended off blitzes. Man, how about Trey Wisner picking up a blitz of a big old linebacker and standing him up?
Yep.
That didn't happen last week. So I'm just saying there were a lot of things that happened on the offensive protection side that led to Arch having more time and Arch being able to do the things that he did. So kudos to the offensive line. Kudos to Arch. Arch made a pass in the first half before they went into halftime that was an NFL throw. There were a lot of really talented NFL quarterbacks that would have trouble making a pass to the wide side of the field on a little three-step scramble and painting it on the outside where his man could get it and nobody else could touch it. Very, very good. So you give those praises when that stuff happens, but you want to continue to see this growth. And I think that this is where we are, Hardge. I think that they can carry this on. Look at this film today and then don't look at it no more. It's time for Kentucky.
Yeah, we got a lot to unpack from this ball game, and I'm excited to talk about it. But you're right, there are some things that that look good. I mean, finally, you start to see some things happen and the light kind of go off on a couple of these guys, the speed of the game and the things that change. As I said, when we come back, we'll hear some more from Coach Sark. We'll also hear Hardge talking about the quick game. That was part of it. So much more. There's some coaching changes. We will get back into the top 25. We'll have the Cowboys report. And, of course, we will talk MLB. And we got 2 NFL games tonight. I know how excited that makes Mark Henry. Right here on a Longhorns Victory Monday edition of the Morning Kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300. The Zone.
The future is here. Arch Manning.
Arch to the 10. Arch to the 5. Arch to the goal line. Touchdown, Texas.
Hear every throw, every scramble, every touchdown on your home for the Horns.
Arch makes a tackle. 50, 45 to the 30. Dare I say it? Say goodnight to it. 67 yards. Arch to the house.
Don't miss a single moment of the Manning era on 1300 The Zone. Hook 'em.
Listen to something authentically Austin, the JB and Sandy podcast on the iHeartRadio app.
Some good news on Highway 71 eastbound at the Spirit of Texas. The earlier crash here that had a couple right lanes blocked off has been taken care of. Looking on I-35 northbound, a stalled vehicle blocks off the right lane at Robert S. Lay Boulevard. There's also a crash on William Cannon Drive at Highway 183. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by eBay. Swapping out your tires? There's nothing like it. With eBay, you find the feel you're looking for, from smooth highway rides to grip for rough terrain. Get all the tires you need at the prices you'll love. eBay, things people love.
This Longhorn Minute brought to you by Thomas J. Henry, the name you know, the firm you trust. The Texas Longhorns made a statement in Dallas, beating Oklahoma 23-6 in a defensive showcase at the Cotton Bowl in the Red River rivalry. Arch Manning was efficient, going 21 of 27 for 166 yards and a 12-yard touchdown strike to DeAndre Moore. Ryan Niblett electrified the crowd with a 75-yard punt return to seal the win in the fourth quarter. But the story of the game was the Texas defense. The Horns held the Sooners to just 258 total yards, forcing 3 interceptions. 2 by returning DB Malik Muhammad, and never allowed a touchdown. Oklahoma's only points came on a long pair of field goals. With the win, Texas reclaims the Golden Hat. The Horns improved to 4-2 and 1-1 in SEC play, sending a clear message that the rivalry runs through Austin. This Longhorn Minute brought to you by Thomas J. Henry, the name you know, the firm you trust.
Hey, it's Sandy. You know, I've been telling you guys about Apple Leasing for over 20 years now, and I want you to think about something. Is it finally time to lower your car payments? You know, everything has become so expensive, but your car payment doesn't have to be. With Apple Leasing, you can get into a brand new under warranty car with no down payment and save up to 50% on your monthly payments on terms that actually match your trade cycle. Still think it's too good to be true? Well, that's what their clients say. This is too good to be true. You can check out their thousands of near perfect reviews on DealerRater, Google, and Facebook. And then let the nation's leasing leader go to work for you. Call 512-346-9977. That's 512-346-9977, or shop them online at appleleasing.com. Lease your next car from Apple Leasing, 346-9977, or appleleasing.com.
It's football season, and whether you're fueling up at halftime or feeding the whole team at home, Tumble 22 brings the heat. Kick off lunch with a crispy hot chicken sandwich stacked with pickles. And if you sneak a slice of peanut butter pie, we'll call that a win. Family dinner? We've got tenders the kids love, sides that score big, and family packs starting at just $25.99. Game plan for the weekend? Cold drinks, scratch-made sides, and hot chicken fried fresh every time. Tumble 22 Texas hot chicken done right. Good food, good people, game day flavor.
iHeart presents Ice Cube Truth to Power Tour, taking the stage at Moody Center October 16th.
Straight out of Compton, it's the crazy brother named Ice Cube.
Get tickets now at livenation.com.
Life in Austin moves fast. Work deadlines, weekend plans, and more errands than you can count. Feeling stretched thin? With AirTasker, getting help is easy. Post your tasks, set your price, and let local taskers handle the rest. Whether it's tackling a quick fix or finally checking off that big project you haven't had time for, AirTasker has you covered. Download AirTasker today or visit us at airtasker.com and spend less time juggling tasks and more time enjoying your life. AirTasker. Get anything done.
Austin, are you ready for the ultimate showdown? The Formula One United States Grand Prix takes over Circuit of the Americas October 17th through 19th. The fastest cars, the fiercest drivers, the loudest crowds. The party keeps going as Kygo, Garth Brooks, and the Turnpike Troubadours light up the stage at night. It's racing. It's music. It's Texas size. Get your tickets at thecircuit.com. That's thecircuit.com.
Back to Hardge and Henry in the morning kickoff on 1300 The Zone.
Texas Longhorns handled their business at the Red River rivalry as they win 23-6.
Yes,
Big
sir.
time matchup for the Texas Longhorns as they continue to get better week in and week out. And that's the sign of a well-coached team. And one of the things that was asked of Coach Sark was, what do you think you learned from your team after that victory?
What did you learn about your team today?
Well, I think that we learned how to fight today. And I think that, we don't have to wait till the 12th round to try to knock somebody out to win a game. We can win rounds and we can continue to fight for 4 quarters. And like I said, I think we saw the true character of the men in that locker room today, their connectivity, their love for one another. You heard these two guys just say it, staying connected, continuing to grind with one another, because it's easy to succumb to the outside noise. And there was a lot of getting talked about our team and about these guys, and I think they responded.
And that was Eric Henry of Horns 247 to ask the question, and we got that audio courtesy of Corey.
You said a lot of what?
A lot of stuff that was talked about the team, and it is. I'm a little taken aback by that, and there's different levels of it, right? There was been a lot of questions that needed to be asked. There was a lot of questions that you answered, but yeah. Because the expectations coming into the season was a team that went to the playoffs, because we brag about it every single time. We're the only team to go to the playoffs back-to-back seasons.
Right.
We're the only team to do this. We're the only team to do that. So when the questions were being asked about the way the team was performing, that is why the questions were being asked and being told and being brought up. So let's not act like this is the first time that you've been questioned about a football team. It's going to happen, because there's a lot of expectations by this fan base, number one. Nobody's saying that they're leaving you, but the questions have to be asked.
But you still have to ask the question.
Absolutely. You have to question the fact that the offensive line wasn't protecting your quarterback. You have to question how the defensive line got pushed back last week against a Florida team. So those things needed to be asked, and if you want to say it was talking bleak, then so be it. But those questions had to be asked, and you answered them. So, yes, it happens.
It's good to be
it's
able
with
to,
the job.
Right. It's good to be able to answer the question and to be able to say, we're not just talking about it. You saw the game.
Right.
Did we pass the eyeball test?
You do the good, bad, and ugly every Monday, and you told us about a lot of ugly.
Right.
So, I mean.
He even said.
Right.
I called some bad plays.
I got to get better.
I have to get better. Like they pointed that out.
Yeah.
So answering the critics is what you're supposed to do.
Yep.
That's when the crowd booed me as a performer, I was like, yeah, good. That's what I do. It's like you are making it to where you want it to be. In Texas, man, they went out there and they made it what they wanted to be this week.
Yeah, and everybody's excited about it. Everybody's happy about it. But one of the things too that Coach Sark said about Arch was the fact that he prepared like he always does every single week. Arch got his behind kicked against Florida, but he kept standing in there. He kept fighting. He kept coming back. And it wasn't, I'm finna fold. We talked about it. We had Cedric Golden. He said, we got respect for Arch because Arch kept that game close. We see it locally. We're part of it. Nationally, they may be saying their own things and all that stuff. I don't care about what they're talking about.
I'm so glad that they off the bandwagon.
Right.
I'm glad you're off.
But Arch stood in to the fire and stepped up every step of the way. And Sark said something that, I was very impressed with when it came to Arch Manning.
Well, I said this to the team, Friday before we left to come to Dallas. Arch took a lot of hits last week. And the biggest thing that impressed me this week about his game, he didn't miss one rep of practice this week. He came back Monday and he was not 100%. He was beat up, but he took every rep. And I think coming out of a game like that, you earn the respect of your teammates that's the toughness you got to have. And that's the preparation that you have to have. And, hey, we're going to find ways to win, whatever it takes to win. And today we needed him to convert third downs, and we got him more manageable third downs, but then there were some tough ones he had to convert, but that's a team effort. We don't, I think so much is made about Arch. Just like when we don't win, it's his fault. Okay. But when we do win, everybody praise Arch. We're the team, and Arch will be the first one to tell you that. He's an awesome teammate. He works hard. He wants everybody else to do well around him, because that's what the teams do. That you win as a team, you lose as a team. And I think we're becoming more and more of a team that way, with the right type of grit that you have to have in the SEC.
I love it. It's good.
And the SEC is only going to get harder.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at down the road, Kentucky and Michigan State, Mississippi State are teams that can beat any of the teams in the SEC any week.
Exactly.
They don't have the star power of Georgia, of Texas A&M, of Texas, but they're still viable teams. This is the conference. They just showed a stat that had all of the teams ranked in the top 25 from 2 to 21. It's like 8 teams.
Yep.
That's crazy. I for Texas to be able to go in there in a hostile environment and leave the stadium all burnt orange on one side and empty concrete seats on the other, good for me.
Yep.
That was good for me.
Yep. Texas, and Coach Sark mentioned it about the third down. Texas went 10 of 17 on third down, kept those drives going, and ended up putting away Oklahoma, but it was that big punt return. But the thing that really stood out is something that we've been talking about. If you want to help him, you got to get the ball out of his hand, and it's got to be quick game. And you complementary with the running game. Trey Wisner, salute you, brother. You went out there and played your behind
Soldier.
off, dealing with an injury, still toughing it out, showing what you're made of.
Picking up blocks.
Exactly. And Arch was talking about the quick game and being able to make things happen.
Yeah, we got a lot of talented playmakers. Get it to them quick and let them go make plays. I think that's the thought behind that.
And then we just knew coming out halftime that we was going to run the ball, even when they knew we were going to run the ball. So, just being able to convert on third down, and not only was the offense hyped up, but just seeing the defense hyped up, it gave us a sense of urgency.
And that's the thing for me. They came and played complementary football with each other. Salute to that offensive line. That offensive line, and Nick Brooks, he got a couple penalties early and everybody's like, oh, here we go again. No, he settled down and got after it.
Yeah.
They were moving bodies. So when you have an opportunity, and shout out to Trevor Gooseby too. Gooseby's one of those guys that once he found it, they found that groove, and they started running that ball behind them.
Yeah, he took a little ding too. Went out the game a couple of plays, came back in.
Yeah, locked back in.
Locked in.
DJ Campbell, he kept talking about being nasty. That is what everybody wanted to see from this team. And it just happened to be against an opponent that nobody likes from the state of Texas.
Yeah, I love the fact that the referee had to grab Campbell by his jersey number in the front and say, hey, you need to stop.
Yeah.
Because he was blocking after the play. He was making a point. Oh, I suck. Let me show you what I'm about.
Yeah.
And that's the mark of a man, not just a football player. Let me show you what I'm made of when I get kicked.
Yeah.
I'm not staying down. I'm getting up. And they got up.
And that was the key for me when you look at this Texas football team and the expectations, again, that we talked about. Going into this, and we talked about it on Friday, we talked about it with Nate Vasher. What I say, hey, we got to have a special teams play because special teams has been lacking the last couple seasons for the University of Texas. And you got Ryan Niblett taking it to the house on a big-time block. Could have been a couple penalties on there. But, hey, they didn't call them.
They didn't call
them, so they didn't happen. But you see the excitement of the team. And then after the game, them celebrating with the golden hat and getting fired up. And those are the moments that you live for. But now you got to get back up.
Yeah.
You got to get ready again. You got to bring that, as you said, that
Put it on the shelf.
I said enjoy it on Saturday. Come back and relax on Sunday. Get back to work on Monday and prepare for Kentucky. That will be a 6 o'clock game that you can hear always on AM 1300 The Zone and always free on the iHeartRadio app. When we come back, we got the Hardge Knocks Life. 2 key elements that I want to touch on right here on a Longhorns Victory Monday edition of the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300 The Zone.
Listen to something authentically Austin, the JB and Sandy podcast on the iHeartRadio app.
Long delays going southbound on I-35 this morning due to a crash at Breaker Lane. The 2 right lanes are blocked off. Just the left side of the highway gets through, and it's backed up from Palmer Lane, causing a 40 to 45-minute backup. Going the opposite direction, I-35 northbound, a stalled vehicle blocks off the right lane at Robert S. Light Boulevard. I'm Jason Fossig with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Starbucks. The pumpkin spice latte is back at Starbucks. Handcrafted with their signature espresso and real pumpkin sauce. Ooh. Then topped with whipped cream, cinnamon, and nutmeg. PSL. Get it while it's hot. Or iced. Only at Starbucks.
Hardball Hardge here, and I've been taking Human Super Beats, but until recently, I didn't know the full story. Human was founded out of the UT Health Science Center and built on groundbreaking research around blood flow and nitric oxide. And Super Beats supports blood flow and nitric oxide. Just 2 chews support healthy blood pressure, blood flow, and energy. And with clinically studied ingredients shown to provide nearly 2 times more effective blood pressure support than diet and exercise alone. And that's why the Longhorn's secret weapon is Human. And why do you see the logo on the field? Is because they have decided to partner with the University of Texas. Longhorn Nation, this is for us, from us, and it matters for all of us. For a convenient way to support healthy blood pressure, go to livehuman.com with 2 N's with the promo code Mike for an extra 20% off your first order. Heart health is everything. Go to livehuman.com with 2 N's with the promo code Mike.
It's a little quiet on the border these days. Illegal border crossings at an all-time low because Donald Trump and Senator John Cornyn have been fighting side by side to seal the border. Cornyn has led the charge in the Senate, funding more agents, more technology, and more miles of secure border wall, beating back Biden's border failures, taking the fight directly to the cartels. Cornyn stands with President Trump, voting with him 99% of the time, supporting Trump's nominees, confirming conservative judges who defend our Constitution, and together, Trump and Cornyn put America first. They've worked to keep our families safe and our border defended. Yep, it's quieter on the border now because real leadership gets results. Call and thank Senator John Cornyn, 713-572-3337, and tell him to keep delivering Trump's agenda. Paid for by Lone Star Freedom Project, LoneStarFreedomProject.com.
Don't let your property tax bill surprise you. Set yourself up for massive savings next year with Ownwell. Their local tax experts work on your behalf to help you keep more of your hard-earned money. Make sure you're only paying what's fair with Ownwell. Sign up in under 3 minutes at ownwell.com/ownaustin. Ownwell's local tax experts specializing in property tax protests in counties like Travis and Williamson can protest your county tax assessment and determine your eligibility for exemptions. Plus, Ownwell will manage the end-to-end process of property tax reduction. Put property tax money back in your pocket in just minutes and only pay if you save. 86% of Ownwell's customers receive reductions, and last year, more than 30,000 Austin homeowners switched to Ownwell. Ownwell is trusted by hundreds of thousands with over 90,000 Austin properties represented and glowing 5-star reviews. Stop overpaying and start saving with Ownwell. Sign up in 3 minutes at ownwell.com/ownaustin. That's OWNWELL.com/ownaustin.
The Panthers nailed a 33-yard field goal as time expired to stun the Cowboys in Charlotte. Dak Prescott threw for 261 yards, 3 touchdowns in the loss. Texas jumped 2 spots to 17 in this week's Coaches Bowl. Ohio State remains number 1. Spurs continue preseason play tonight. Take on the Pacers in Indy. In the ALCS, Mariners clip the Blue Jays 3-1. Take game 1 in Toronto. I'm Ronta Moss.
This is Doug Gottlieb. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Mercedes-Benz. Looking for an exceptional driving experience? Find it behind the wheel of a Mercedes-Benz SUV. Experience the power, precision, and intelligence of an iconic Mercedes-Benz SUV at your local Mercedes-Benz dealer today.
Sports season is in high gear, and iHeartRadio's got it all. The NFL.
It's a touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Baseball postseason.
Tail time in game 1.
College football, the NHL, and the NBA is about to tip off. It's all right at your fingertips on the iHeart app with play-by-play podcasts and local stations where you can join the conversation.
I agree with the last caller. We got to be done with that guy.
Join the millions who are already doing it. Open the free iHeartRadio app now. Sports on iHeartRadio, where fans live it.
Sports Radio 1300 The Zone. The Longhorns live here.
All right. That's how that song goes sometimes.
Yeah.
A little bit. But I'm not going to break it out in the bars today. Because there's so much energy that we have about this past weekend. And this is something that us as Texas fans and, of course, people that cover the University of Texas was expecting to see. It was taking time. It had to maturate. You know what I'm saying? You had to have these players get their backs up against the wall and understand that when you put on that burnt orange, it means something. It is something that everybody has now grown accustomed, because we've seen what it looked like when things aren't good. We've seen it before. There's no turning back to that. And that is why the expectations were through the roof for this University of Texas football team. But one thing I can always say is we have been fair about our criticism in certain areas. I can also say that I understand what a quarterback like Arch Manning, not on that level, not on this level, but I've been around this university long enough to know that Vince Young had a tough time. I knew that Chance Mock had a tough time. I knew that Colt McCoy, I knew that James Brown, all these other quarterbacks prior to what Arch meant. Quinn Ewers, for example. People were trying to get rid of Quinn fast, not understanding that this position carries a heavy crown. But one thing that I see from Arch Manning was the coming of age. The coming of age came in that Florida game. And then you saw that if he has time, he will be able to handle his business. Was he clean? Yeah. Was he efficient? Absolutely. Did he still have those moments where you're like, what are you doing? Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But as you said earlier, Mark, he made big time throws in that ball game. And so now Oklahoma coming into it, number 6 in the nation, their quarterback, John Mateer. Oh, we're about to find out what the Heisman looked like. He going to show you. Yeah, he did. He showed us that he is not winning that. And you can understand that, hey, he did everything he could possibly do. And Coach Sark said it in his postgame. I'm just glad that he played so I wouldn't have to come up here and ask questions about what if. Y'all won the game because he didn't play. No, we won because he did play. And we won because my team played better, and rightfully so. But Parker Livingston is roommates with, in case y'all didn't know, with Arch Manning. Imagine that. They're roommates. But he was talking about Arch and about what happened after last week's game and how locked in he seemed to be this past week.
And I didn't see him one time on his phone this week when we were chilling, like when we were at the house hanging out. He handles everything amazing. And seeing everything on national media about him, whatnot. But he's a great quarterback, and I think he proved it today. And I think everyone saw it today, and it's just it's great. I love how he's playing right now, and continue it going forward.
As we talked about before, he grew up last week. We're seeing the coming of age of a quarterback that understands what his role is. He understands that he can't – they always talk about we're blocking out the noise. We're blocking – obviously not. You can hear it. How did he block it out? Didn't get on social media, didn't look at his phone, just stayed locked in, and sometimes that's what you got to do. But the key to this game was answered in the third quarter. We always talk about Texas starting fast and needing to start fast. Texas did not start fast in the first half. False starts, penalties, not getting a push early. But they got the ball to end the half, and then they got the ball to come out in the second half. And they took that ball 7 minutes and 11 seconds and finished it off with a touchdown. And then they came back again, controlled the line of scrimmage again. They had the ball for almost 12 minutes in the third quarter.
Wow.
That is taking control, and that is opposing your will on the other team. And this is what they had to say about that.
Well, I think it was. We challenged our team about being physical, and it wasn't just the offense. It was on defense. It was on special teams. And clearly the offensive line, the runners, we knew we had to run the ball against this group. If we would have dropped back and kept throwing the ball, they were going to rush the passer. We needed to make them defend the run. And I thought we did that today. And again, it was a gut check moment for us that way, especially to start the second half to get that done. I think we're 1-1 in the SEC. I said this last week. I don't think people wanted to hear me when I said it. We were 0-1 in the SEC last week. We won the conference a year ago in the regular season by going 7-1 in conference play. If we can play the way we played today, we're plenty good enough to compete with any team in our conference. But we got to play that way. And just as I told the team in the locker room, we have more work to do, right? We're going to celebrate this until we get back to Austin, and then we're going to switch gears. We're going to get ready for Kentucky at night, and it's going to be a tough environment. It's going to be a hard-nosed football game. But that's what this conference requires. It requires mental and physical toughness week in and week out. And so the way we prepared this week for this game is the way we need to prepare for next week's game. It's going to take the same. And so we don't have time now to take a deep breath and relax. We've got to go further. We got to dig deeper. We got to require more and demand more as coaches, and the players got to give more. And that's what it takes in this conference. But if we can play this way, surely we're good enough to put ourselves in position to win a lot more football games.
That's what I'm talking about right there.
And I hope in that game plan there's a couple of more scripted plays for our guy Niblett. He caught a pass that was a tough catch. He ran a zone read play that he ran about 11 yards on, and he was able to take a punt return back to the house. You got to get that guy more touches. It was kind of like when Savion Red was here. He was a gadget guy. He could do everything, run the tunnel screens, run the little slip out screen, punt return, kickoff return, catch it and in the slot, run it out of the backfield, play wildcat quarterback. Whatever you need to do, let him touch the ball. Like I really think that if he had about 5 more touches, this game could have been really out of hand.
Well, it could have been too if we made a couple more field goals. I mean, there were
That too.
opportunities.
We got to kick them.
Yeah, I mean, there was a couple opportunities that we thought that, hey, let's shut the door and make it even worse than what it was. As I said, over the last three out of the last 4 games, Texas has scored 106 points to 9 in this matchup. They have not scored a touchdown in this matchup. That is a dominant performance and understanding. I know everything. It was like Eminem and
you got the answers to every question.
Yeah, he's got it. Shout out to PK. Great job by that defense, turning them over 3 times. Big interceptions by Malik Muhammad, making that comeback. That's what it's all about, man. This is what everybody wanted to see.
Good
and
Hardge
it just happened to
man.
be right now. Perfect timing. Now let's go. When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about some coaching changes that have happened in college football. You ain't got to go home, but you can go on vacation, though, because you got a lot of money right there. You got a lot of money. Right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone.
Fall in Texas means one thing: Texas Longhorns football. And you won't miss a snap all season long right here on 1300 The Zone. Touchdown, Texas! Your home for the Horns. Hook 'em.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center. Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
Long delays going southbound on I-35 this morning due to a crash at Breaker Lane. The 2 right lanes are blocked off. Just the left side of the highway gets through, and it's backed up from Palmer Lane, causing a 40 to 45-minute backup. Going the opposite direction, I-35 northbound, a stalled vehicle blocks off the right lane at Robert S. Light Boulevard. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Straight Talk Wireless. Don't let data limits hold you back from being the gift master in the family group chat. Switch to Straight Talk Wireless and get real unlimited data on Verizon's 5G network. Straight Talk. Available at straighttalk.com or Walmart.
Hardball Hardge here, and they say everything's bigger in Texas. And at the Yellow Rose, that includes your Friday steak. From noon to 9, grab a 16-ounce bone-in ribeye that is literally as big as your face. Certified Angus beef, cooked just right for only $20. Then come back for all your football action all weekend long. 2 giant high-def screens with sound plus 12 more TVs for every angle and replay you might have missed. Hungry? $10 Rose burgers, wings, tenders, and El Pastor pizza got you covered. Yellow Rose, where the views are amazing and so's the steak.
Your Valpak Blue envelope of savings is arriving in the mailbox. Inside, you'll find coupons to dine, shop, and save local. This month, keep an eye out for special offers from A1 Garage Door, the name you can trust for repairs, service, and garage door replacements. And remember, savings don't stop at the mailbox. Visit Valpak.com anytime for instant access to local coupons and deals you'll love. Valpak and A1 Garage Door, opening doors to savings at home.
Honey, that flu keeping you up? Did you take NyQuil Intense Flu?
Nah, I got this. Okay, I don't got this.
Yeah, you need NyQuil Intense Flu.
Undo your flu with NyQuil Intense Flu. NyQuil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms so you can sleep.
You do got this.
NyQuil Intense Flu. The nighttime sniffling, aching fever. Best sleep with the flu medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation and a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin. And over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. Stroke risk may increase. Eliquis can cause serious and potentially fatal bleeding. Don't take if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or bleed longer. A spinal injection increases blood clot risk, which may cause paralysis. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding or bruising, or back pain, tingling, numbness, muscle weakness, or incontinence. Aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eloquist.com or call 1-855-ELOQUIS.
iHeart presents Ice Cube, Truth to Power Tour, taking the stage at Moody Center, October 16th.
Straight out of Compton, it's a crazy brother named Ice Cube.
Get tickets now at LiveNation.com.
October baseball is here. The baseball postseason is in full swing, and BetOnline is your #1 source to get closer to the action. From first pitch to the final out, BetOnline gives you more ways to play with the latest odds, breaking news, live scores, and in-game wagering. Also catch every pro and college football game, cage fighting, and hockey futures all in one place. Lastly, don't miss their VIP program with level-up bonuses, cash boosts, and exclusive rewards. Head to BetOnline today, because at BetOnline, the game starts here.
Your one stop for advertising? Call 844-844-iHeart.
From the Audio-Visual Consultation Studios, Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, KBET AM Austin, your home for the Horns, and the #1 preset in your car and on the free iHeart Radio app.
There's danger out there. It lurks on highways and quiet neighborhood streets. It's more likely to kill you than a shark, and more terrifying than the biggest snake. Distracted driving claims lives every day. Every notification, swipe, social post, video, or selfie while driving risks your life. So while you might think public speaking or the zombie apocalypse is scary, what's really terrifying and even deadly is distracted driving. Eyes forward, don't drive distracted. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Longhorns baseball plays here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone.
Welcome back to the morning kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone, your home for Texas football. It's also your home for today, as we will have Coach Sark's media availability as he prepares for Kentucky and recaps the Red River rivalry victory, 23-6. The Texas Longhorns handled their business, and now I'm going to give you a chance to handle your business by getting a chance to win a pair of tickets to go see Alice Cooper and Judas Priest October the 25th at the Germania Insurance Amphitheater. All you got to do is make sure that you've already downloaded that always free iHeartRadio app. Tap on that red microphone on AM 1300 The Zone's page and leave the keyword school. School is your key word for the day. So make sure you get over there and get a chance to win a pair of tickets. As I said, we are your home for Texas football, and we always have the voice of Texas football, Craig Way. The Craig Way Show will be live this afternoon at 2 o'clock, but you'll also hear Craig, myself, and Cam Parker from Coach Sark's media availability starting at 11 a.m., so make sure you're tuned in all day long to AM 1300 The Zone. Also, I want to make sure we talk about this. Yesterday, news came out that James Franklin, former Penn State head coach, was relieved of his duties, and he had a $50 million buyout. Now, you're fired! Now, he's leaving Penn State, but he will definitely have an opportunity to go elsewhere because he is a coach that has a 11-win season, a 10-win season, a 13-win season, and a national title berth. But he got fired before Halloween. That just proved to show you that nobody cares what you did yesterday. You have to be locked in, week out, and that is the life of a head coach. But I want you to hear about the buyout and the opportunities that he may have.
If you're getting $50 million with no offset, you can afford to take a little bit less if you get a prime job, if that job comes with certain guarantees of spending. Like if I'm James Franklin, there's no way in hell I'm taking Arkansas given what they spend on football right now. Like their football money, they could talk about theoretical football money and maybe they're willing to spend it. Maybe they didn't want to spend it for Sam Pittman, but they didn't spend it for Sam Pittman. So like if I'm James Franklin, maybe I take a little bit less salary, but I'm like, hey, I want 16 rev share and I want 12 NIL on top of that pledged, right? Like that needs to be there so I can compete. Because you can't win at Arkansas right now, given how they actually spend for Sam Pittman. It's just like the money ain't mathing, right? So if you look at that, there are some jobs which maybe could come open that maybe he'd be a really good fit at. You know, proven track record as a winner at a major level. I think he would attract good coaches. Guys generally do like working for James Franklin. They don't typically like bolt for lesser jobs out of that program. Vatek's an interesting fit just simply because Brent Pry was Franklin's DC. So are you bringing sort of that like Penn State flavor to Virginia Tech when that's failed so miserably there? But other than that, like clearly like in the area, he's recruited the area when he was the offensive coordinator at Maryland under Ralph Friedgen prior to taking the Penn State job. So I think that makes some sense. But yeah, I mean, taking a year off is not a bad idea either.
Yeah, go enjoy yourself. Go hang out.
Yeah.
Let the stress
Take a break for a while. Go to Galveston. Listen.
Oh, here he goes.
Hardge, let me give you a breakdown of the money. $15 a minute, $900 an hour, $21,000 a day, $153,000 a week, $667,000 a month.
Yeah.
Lord have mercy.
That's a lot of bread. That's a lot of bread.
Man, that's not bread. That's a factory.
Yeah. Yeah. He's making that money, man. That's what it's, I mean, that's why I'm saying there's no rush for him to go anywhere else to be able to go get a job.
Please wait for the right situation. Hire a staff. Start evaluating the staff. That's what he needs to do. He's a great recruiter. I mean, Michael Parsons played for the guy. So he has an eye for talent. And you go out and you recruit well, you encourage parents and show them that you're going to take care of their kid. But you have to start in this off process of finding a really good staff. And that's not going to happen until the season is over, where he can go and talk to people and say, hey, man, I'm thinking about taking this job, but I want you to go with me as a defensive coordinator.
I think people understand in this business, these coaches, they keep their friends and they know who they can trust and what the situation is going to be. But as I read just a little while ago, he won 11 games, 10 games, 13 games in a season. He played for a national title last year. And it's before Halloween, and my man is unemployed.
Like you think he should have had grace? They should have gave him this season?
Absolutely. I mean, dude, he's a winner. I know he does not win the big games. Like
I told you he was going to get fired.
I mean, it was one of those situations that we all knew that this was going to be tough. Here's a guy that I've been a fan of for a very long time, and that is Matt Rule. Matt Rule played at Penn State. Matt Rule was a teammate of LeVar Arrington's. So there is a possibility that a coach like Matt Rule could be somebody that can go back to Penn State. But as good as Matt Rule is, he's been fired before too.
That's right.
There's a lot of good coaches that have been fired before. Look at what Lane Kiffin is. Fired before. So I understand that it's a what can you do for me right now type of deal.
But he was already on the hot seat because he could beat Sam Houston. He could beat UTEP. He couldn't beat Kentucky. He couldn't beat
who?
Franklin. I'm using Texas' schedule as a barometer of what I'm talking about.
He got to the national championship game last year.
I know he went to the national championship.
How many people are trying to get there?
Everybody is trying to get there, and he got there.
Do you guys?
But he doesn't always win the big game.
I agree with that. Do you want to win? Or do you, I mean, like what are we doing?
Everybody wants to win.
He won 13 games last year. So if Sark does not have a great year, we getting rid of Sark? No, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't understand. You're Penn State.
Sark is not having a season he had 4 years ago.
Agreed. But my point is, there's stats out there that says Sark hadn't won big games either. So my question is, are we on that same level, or is it just that's $50 million you let walk out after a coach went to the national championship?
Sark got grace because he went to Alabama and won one in Alabama, and they hadn't lost in 7 years at home. He got grace. James Franklin has not done that.
I'm going to pull up James Franklin's big
Pull
wins.
it up.
I'm going to pull it up.
Pull it up.
When we come back, it'll be hour number 2 of the morning kickoff. Top 25 has changed. Some people have made some moves, and then one of their coaches might be on the move as well. Right here on the morning kickoff on Sports Radio AM 1300, The Zone.
Mark Henry here. Did you know that since 1936, Shipley's Donuts has been a Texas tradition? And now Dripping Spring is waking them up. They serve fresh, hot-baked donuts, and kolaches, and hot coffee. Get out to 13341 West Highway 290 in Dripping Springs. They open bright at 5 a.m. Grab you a dozen. Okay, grab 2 dozen, but I suggest more than one at least. Shipley's Donut. You can order them online at shipleysdonuts.com or on the Shipley's app. Start happy, stay happy. Shipley's Donuts, West Highway 290 in Dripping Springs.
For over 80 years, Austin Telco Federal Credit Union has been putting our community first. With 24 locations across the greater Austin area, we're here to help with every stage of life. Buying a car or home, saving for family, planning a wedding, or preparing for retirement. Enjoy high deposit rates, low loan rates, and no monthly service fees. Plus, manage your money anytime with our powerful digital banking tools, including credit score monitoring and budgeting made easy. Open your account today online or in person. Visit atfcu.org to learn more. Federally insured by NCUA.
And Doug. Limu and I always tell you to customize your car insurance and save hundreds with Liberty Mutual. But now we want you to feel it. Cue the emu music, Limu.
Save yourself money today. Increase your wealth. Customize and save, we say.
That may have been too much feeling.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Savings vary. Underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Excludes Massachusetts.
Thomas J. Henry is a proud radio broadcast sponsor of the University of Texas Sports. If you were seriously hurt in an accident, it's important to act fast. Call Thomas J. Henry, the name you know, the firm you trust. San Antonio and Austin, Texas.
Hi, I'm Michael from the Warren Treaty. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. Only Novo Nordisk makes FDA-approved Ozempic. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5 milligram, 1 milligram, and 2 milligrams.
When your name's on the paint job, your primer better hold up. Painters trust Kills primers for serious adhesion, stain blocking, and a finish that lasts. Now, the full Kills lineup is available exclusively at the Home Depot. Need it fast? Get same-day or next-day delivery, or order online and pick it up in-store. Kills primers. Pro results. Faster. The Home Depot. If you're a pro, you know.
You love your home, but sometimes it feels like it's running your life. Leaky faucets, overgrown hedges, and that room you've been meaning to repaint. Sometimes it's just too much. With AirTasker, finding help is simple. Post your task, set your budget, and let local taskers take care of it. It's like having a personal handyman for all the projects on your to-do list. Download AirTasker or visit us at airtasker.com today and make your home work for you, not the other way around. AirTasker. Get anything done.
Game day isn't just about the score, it's about the food. And nothing says game day like Tumble 22 Catering. Picture this: crispy, juicy tenders, spicy hot chicken sandwiches, and scratch-made sides big enough to feed your whole crew. Tailgating, couch gating, just hanging with friends? Call it in, pick it up, and bring the flavor that keeps the party going. We've got family packs starting at just $25.99 and a table waiting if you want to dine in. Tumble 22, where flavor wins every time. Good food, good people, game day glory.
The free iHeartRadio app.
Live radio, 24/7 news, live sports,
and your favorite podcasts.
A pure connection to what moves you.
The best part, it's all free.
Join the millions who already have it on their smartphone. The free iHeartRadio app.
The #1 app for radio.
From the Audio-Visual Consultation Studios, Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, KVET AM Austin, your home for the Horns, and the #1 preset in your car and on the free iHeartRadio app.
The morning kickoff. The morning kickoff.
It's the morning kickoff with Mike Hardball Hardge and the world's strongest man, WWE Hall of Famer Mark Henry, on your home for the Horns, 1300 The Zone.
Welcome back to hour number 2 of the morning kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone, your home for Texas football. In hour number 1, we talked a lot about Texas and that Red River rivalry victory. 23-6, all the emotion, all the pageantry that was part of that game. We got to see some people grow up. We got a chance to see some big plays. And of course, we got to see that defense handle their business. But we also got to see Arch Manning control the game, and shout out to Trey Wisner for his performance in that ball game. Big play after big play. As Mark said, picking up blocks and doing what he was supposed to do. But that wasn't only big games across the weekend. We just told you about James Franklin being fired as the head football coach at Penn State, and that came after a defeat to Northwestern. This is a team that was number 2 in the rankings to start the season in the preseason, but all of a sudden he gone. And now he's looking for a new job as we speak. Most of the time it's going to be in Jamaica chilling out. That's what I would do if I was him. I wouldn't even be trying to find no new gig right now. I'll just chill out because there's going to be plenty of people coming to see him because he is a doggone good coach. I'll get into his stats as a head coach. But that happened after they got defeated by Northwestern. You also had a big time matchup in the SEC and the Big Ten. Oregon, come on, man. Oregon got their head split by Indiana. What does my man say for Indiana? Google me. If you want to know what a winner look like, go ahead and Google me. Well, that's exactly
it's a
what
picture of me with my hand under my chin.
Indiana beat them 30-20 in Oregon at Oregon's field, and that's a big-time win. And the Heisman Trophy candidate, their quarterback, Mendoza, all he did was go 20 of 31 for 215 and a touchdown. Big-time game for the Indiana Hoosiers, and I'm not talking about basketball.
You know what? And that's the story. They've historically been a basketball school. They're not known. Last season, they had a good season. Like you thought, oh wow, look at them. But this year, they got skins on the wall now. Skins. They took the head, Predator style, and just posted it up on the wall because this is going to help them in recruiting. This is going to help them in bowl series wins. Like when it comes down to who did you beat, and you say we beat a number 2.
Yep.
That's going to give them the leg up. Maybe the leg up on a Texas. Maybe the leg up on Oklahoma with one loss.
Yep.
So all of these teams, this was a really, really huge win for Indiana Hardge.
Big time win for them. Then you look at what Ohio State was able to do. Ohio State goes into Champaign, Illinois, and defeat the Fighting Illini 34-16 as they continue to be the number 1 team in the land. Ole Miss defeats Washington State. It was all the way down to the end, but they end up getting the victory 24-21. Texas A&M, the number 5 ranked team at the time. I'll give you the updated top 25 in just a second. A&M defeats Florida 34-17. They're scary. Texas A&M is scary.
Yeah, they got weapons everywhere.
They make plays.
And that defense is swarming.
Yep.
It reminds me of Texas last year. It reminds me of Georgia last year. Just a swarming defense. People flying. The play is over. Why is he in the air?
Yep. Trying to make that extra play, blowing through the whistle. You got to make sure you're there. Alabama, they're trying to figure out why. They was trying to fire Kalen DeBoer. Now they 5-1 on the season and 3-0 in SEC play. They go to Columbia, Missouri, and defeat Missouri 27-24. Texas Tech, they put it on Kansas. Texas Tech 42-17. Cameron Dickey from Crockett had 21 carries, 263 yards on the ground, and 2 touchdowns. Big-time performance by them.
Man, I know he's tired.
I know that's right. Georgia defeats Auburn in very controversial fashion, 20-10. They had a quarterback sneak. He puts the ball over the line, fumbles it. They call it a fumble. They lose a touchdown there. Then you have Kirby Smart trying to manipulate the referees by saying he was calling a timeout, but I was clapping. And it was like, no, you look at it and you're trying to get a timeout. You're sprinting down the sideline to call the play was going to be run. We still had enough time to run the play. Well, let the play be run then.
Yeah,
and see what happens. Yeah, let's see what happens.
You ain't got a lie to kick it, Craig.
Exactly. LSU ends up winning their game against South Carolina. South Carolina is in a bad spot. This was a team that a lot of folks at the beginning of the season thought was going to battle for the championship. LSU moves to 5-1 and 2-1 in SEC play. Tennessee defeats Arkansas. Arkansas, who fired their coach a little while ago. Bobby Petrino is their head coach now. Tennessee holds them off 34-31. Virginia Tech loses to Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech is undefeated. 6-0, 3-0 in ACC play. And remember, coming into the season, a lot of people were thinking it was going to be Clemson. Well, it looks like it's going to be Georgia Tech behind Haynes King as their starting quarterback.
King is a quality quarterback.
Oh, man, he's outstanding. A team that was part of Haynes King, who was a quarterback at Texas A&M at one point before transferring out. Notre Dame moves to 4-2 and 3-1. How are they 3-1 in conference? I don't think they even have a conference. It's home and away. 36-7 over NC State. BYU moves to 6-0 and 3-0 in the Big 12. 33-27.
Everybody on the team 26.
33-27 over Arizona. Utah punches Arizona State. We thought that big matchup for Arizona State against Texas Tech this week is going to be the game. Utah lets you know y'all must have forgot about us. 42-10. Florida State loses again, 0-3 in ACC play as Pittsburgh defeat them 34-31. UCLA fires their coach and they win again, 38-13 over Michigan State. SMU defeats Stanford. University of Houston, team that is 5-1 and 2-1 in Big 12 play, win 39-17 over Oklahoma State, who also fired their coach as well, Mike Gundy.
Are they Houston the surprise team of Texas right now?
Yeah, I guess they could be.
Texas Tech, we knew they were going to be good.
I think Texas Tech is the team.
They went out and wrote them checks.
But the thing about it is you can write the checks and still not be good.
But they made good evaluations for what they needed to have success. And that offensive line at Tech, listen, man, I would put them up there as like the biggest offensive line I ever saw. They got 2 tackles, both of them 6'7", 315 pounds.
Yeah.
One big old boys. One is 315, the other one is 340.
Yeah.
6'7". So that arm length, they protecting their quarterback, and the center is like an all-star center.
Yep.
Like, so when you bring in the things that we talked about in Texas, like you Mosley, great. Injuries, awesome. So good.
Yep.
But imagine Texas with 3 all-conference offensive linemen brought in.
Right.
When you have an offensive line that's, they're developing, but these guys are already made men.
And that's kind of what Sad was talking about, getting some mature guys that have already grown up instead of always the high school kids. The high school kids are developing, no doubt about it. We got a chance to see them get better because we talked about how good Oklahoma's offensive line was going to be. Defensive line was coming into the game. They were quarterback sacks. They were pressures. They were getting all that. They didn't have all that this week. The offensive line for Texas earned their right.
They're in the stripes.
Right. So the new top 25 that came out yesterday, Ohio State number 1, Miami number 2, Indiana The Hoosiers, number 3. Texas A&M, number 4. Ole Miss, number 5. Alabama went back up to number 6. Texas Tech, number 7. Oregon falls to number 8. Georgia's number 9. LSU is 10. Tennessee 11. Georgia Tech 12. Notre Dame 13. Oklahoma 14. BYU 15. Missouri stays at 16. Vanderbilt 17. Virginia 18. South Florida making their run at 19. USC 20 and Texas 21. Memphis 22. Utah 23. Cincinnati 24. And making their appearance in the top 25, Nebraska rounds out the top 25. Wow. It's a lot of changes. Let's go back to the beginning of the season and see where it was and see where people are now. It's like a math equation. It ain't math.
It ain't mathing.
When we come back, we'll continue the conversation. NFL action. Well, you know what them Cowboys didn't do, and it's always to Charlotte, Carolina Panthers. Wow. Right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone.
Fall in Texas means one thing: Texas Longhorns football. And you won't miss a snap all season long right here on 1300 The Zone. Touchdown, Texas! Your home for the Horns. Hook 'em.
Now, your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Bank. That's bank. Enter it now.
AM 1300 The Zone.
Listen to something authentically Austin, the JB and Sandy podcast on the iHeartRadio app.
The left lane's blocked off by an accident on 290 westbound at FM 1826. A crash moved over to the right shoulder on 183 southbound at Lamar Boulevard, but a wrecker is already on the scene, so it should be out of the way pretty soon. And speeds are stop and go on I-35 northbound between Onion Creek and William Cannon. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Dell Technologies.
New Dell PC with Intel Core Ultra helps you handle a lot when your holiday to-dos get to be a lot. Like organizing holiday shopping, responding to requests, and customers requesting custom things. Luckily, the Dell PC helps you get it all done. That's the power of a Dell PC with Intel inside. Get yours at Dell.com/deals.
Hardge here, and fall is in the air, and the deals at Covert Ford Huddle are downright thrilling. Right now, get $12,369 off MSRP on a new 2025 Ford Super Duty F-250 SRW Lariat, or take $9,122 off MSRP on a new 2025 Ford F-150 XLT. No tricks, just powerful rides, scary good savings, and a family tradition. Only at Covert Ford Huddle, right off of 79 in Huddle. CovertFordHuddle.com.
Hey there, local business owner. Ready to make some more money? Whether you own an auto shop or a dinner spot, Valpak Direct Marketing can help you do just that. All bells and whistles are included, so you advertise when and where it counts to reach new customers that spend more. Measurable results, proven reach, zero guesswork. That's Valpak. Visit valpak.com/advertise to see if you qualify for a free mailing. That's VALPAK.com/advertise. Let's grow.
The pumpkin spice latte is back at Starbucks. Crafted with our signature espresso and real pumpkin sauce. Then topped with whipped cream, cinnamon, and nutmeg. The PSL. Get it while it's hot or iced. Only at Starbucks.
iHeart presents
Police coming straight from the underground.
Ice Cube, bringing truth to power.
You know how we do.
Featuring 4 decades of attitude, a musical production like he's never done before. Taking the stage at Moody Center, October 16th. Ice Cube, Truth to Power Tour. 4 decades of attitude.
Before hip-hop, homies got shot.
Get tickets now at livenation.com.
High quality meat, unbeatable freshness, and a family style commitment to care. That's the Heartland difference. Heartland Steak Co. is your go-to source for premium Midwest meats, delivered straight to your door. Whether you're hosting a backyard barbecue, planning weeknight dinners, or giving someone the gift of Midwest flavor, Heartland Steak Co. is perfect for any occasion. Hand-cut and hand-picked from the Heartland, our premium selection includes USDA prime and choice beef, all-natural pork, chicken, and more. Save time and money with easy online ordering and expertly assembled specials. Grill Master packages, freezer-filled bundles, holiday gift boxes, all flash frozen for peak freshness. Go to heartlandsteakco.com, get 2 ribeyes with a purchase of $150 or more. Use code FOOTBALL25. Heartland Steak Co., your one-stop shop for straight-to-your-door Midwest meat. Taste the Heartland difference at heartlandsteakco.com. Again, use code FOOTBALL25 to get 2 ribeyes with a purchase of $150 or more.
Looking for top quality permanent fencing for your home or business? Look no further than Viking Fence. With over 50 years of experience in Central Texas, Viking Fence delivers craftsmanship you can trust. Whether you need wood, iron, or custom solution, Viking has the perfect fence to fit your needs. What sets Viking Fence apart? They source the finest quality Western red cedar lumber direct from the mill, the most durable and attractive fence material available. Plus, they offer 3 grades of fence pickets to meet every budget. So whether you want Viking to install your fence or you're taking on the project yourself, call Viking Fence today. They pride themselves on excellent work, outstanding service, and an honest reputation. Call 512-601-8911 for a free estimate. That's 512-601-8911. Or visit VikingFence.com/radio. That's VikingFence.com/radio for your free estimate today. When you think fence, think Viking.
Texas football plays here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone.
The Dallas Cowboys never seem to disappoint unless they really go out and disappoint. The Cowboys went out to Charlotte, and we know what this defense looks like, and it's not looking good. So let's talk to our guy, Tommy Yarish of DallasCowboys.com. You can follow him at Tommy_Yarish. Tommy, we go into this weekend. We're getting excited about the matchup. Cowboys go out to play the Carolina Panthers. They always seem to stub their toe against this Carolina Panthers team, and they come up short once again, 30-27, another loss for the Cowboys in a game that a lot of folks expected them to win.
Yeah, hey Mark, what jersey size do you wear, and are you free next Sunday?
No, I'm on the fence right now whether or not I'm going to continue this pain in my heart.
Okay, got it. Well, sorry to hear that, but no, that was a game where, I think it really is the epitome of what you look forward to the rest of this season in terms of, look, this defense they just can't get anything clicking. They have they have not found any sort of consistency across the board that could trend positively for them. And the offense is going to have to win them games and score 30-plus points a game. And I think you saw that in the fact that, when they got the ball back with 8 minutes to go in a tied ball game, they have their worst drive of the game, and it ends up being their last one. And so that just shows you that, hey, if you can't capitalize and get points on every single drive, then it's going to be hard to win you ball games. And that's a very unfair position to put Dak Prescott and Brian Schottenheimer in. So it's tough. It's really tough. And it's a lot of the same issues, miscommunication in the secondary, poor missed tackles. So there's a lot to point to, but at the end of the day, it's just stuff that really can't happen 6 games into the season. And, with a scheme that they've had time to install and the players have had time to learn, nobody's just on the same page right now. And so their offense at this point needs to win them ball games, and they literally have to, it seems, play perfect in order to be able to do that. And that's just, you just can't ask that. That can't be your strategy every week of a 17-game season.
Well, you mentioned the secondary and the miscommunication. There was some things that happened in that secondary that had nothing to do with communication. You had Diggs playing 15 yards off a ball, biting on a double move, and still getting beat. Like when are the Cowboys going to realize that his time has passed and they need to start trying other options?
Well, frankly, Mark, they don't have any other options. I mean, they really don't. So you look at the rest of the guys on their depth chart, and it's not guys that are experienced. Like, I still think Trayvon Diggs can work for you at corner. I still think he's really in the best position to succeed right now. You know, when you think of the 2021 season that he had and how good he was because, you know, he's playing close to the line, he's playing press man, and, you know, he's able to stay with a wide receiver, run with them, and be able to make plays off of that. Does he have, you know, the same speed and burst and all that he did back then? No, you're never going to have that, one, when you grow older, and two, when you have two major knee surgeries. So, you know, I don't mind giving him a little bit more cushion, but you still got to let him do what he does. And so, you know, he did not play well yesterday. I'm in no ways trying to say that he did. But at the same time, you know, the Cowboys don't have a lot of bodies at corner, don't have a lot of bodies that you feel like you can count on. And so that it puts them in a tough space. And they're hoping that, number one, guys can get healthy. And number two, that guys get even healthier. You know, they've got their rookie third-round pick, Savone Revel, who, by no means, him coming back is, all right, we throw him out there and everything's fixed, right? No, that's not the case whatsoever. But, you know, if he pans out like we think he will, which, you know, during the draft process before he tore his ACL, his senior season, this is a guy who a lot of people saw as one of, if not the best corner in this class. And so, you know, you just kind of hope that maybe that can help a little bit. And DeMarvion Overshow, whenever he returns, could help a little bit. But at the same time, those two guys alone are, I don't think, enough to fix this defense. And I really think it's more about the pass rush not being able to get home, because that's put so much more pressure on guys like Trayvon Diggs and everybody else in the secondary, because they've got to guard for, you know, that extra second to half a second longer. And in the NFL, that might as well be an eternity, because these receivers are so good at getting open, and, you know, if you give them the extra time, they'll find ways to get open. And so it's bad across the board.
Nealon was had outside contained like 3 or 4 times when they ran the ball to their left, and he got pinned inside all 3 times. Like we talked about this last week. He comes in very high. His technique is poor. And then on top of that, you give up your responsibility. How do you continue to stay on the field?
Well, I think Nealon might be a case of he was dealing with an ankle injury coming in, and he actually missed a majority of the game, if I remember correctly. He only played a couple of snaps in the first half, and I think he came in later in the game. So that was bugging him again. But no, you know, the defensive line has been very poor against the run in the last couple of weeks. You know, coming into the game, they had given up the 3rd most rushing yards in the NFL over the last 2 games after they played, you know, considering how awfully they've played against the run in the last couple of years. They played pretty well against the run to start the season, but the last 2 weeks had really come to bite them. And then, you know, this game too, it's just even worse. You know, Rico Dowdle told them that, you know, hey, you guys got to buckle up because I'm coming back to town, and they didn't buckle up. And Rico ran all over them as a personal for him. And, you know, I always liked Rico Dowdle, so I'm happy for him. I'm happy that, you know, he got a chance to shine and is flourishing in Carolina. But no, as far as the run defense goes, really from inside to out, it's just not great, and guys aren't able to hit their gaps. The linebackers are getting to places late, or they're missing tackles, and so it really, I think, like you pointed out, Mark, the edges, especially when Rico Dowdle got outside, it always seemed like, holy cow, there's nobody even close. Like there's nobody near him, and it's again just not good across the board.
239 yards of total offense for Rico Dowdle yesterday. So yeah, he let them know that he was back around, and they shouldn't have let him go. But somebody on the defense that actually has been playing well over the last 2 weeks is Shamar James. Shamar James had 11 total tackles yesterday. He had, I think, 15 last week. Where did he come from, and how did he jump out there?
Yeah, so this is a rookie 5th-round pick out of Florida, and one thing that I'll give Matt Eberflus credit for is everywhere that he's
That's
been,
the only thing.
he always seems to, everywhere that he's been, he always seems to have a knack for finding a linebacker that he likes and making him into a pretty good player. And this is a guy that, it was not on the roster beforehand, and Matt Eberflus has kind of put his golden linebacker touch. He was a linebacker coach for the Cowboys before, in his previous time with Dallas under Rob Marinelli, and it's always kind of been his specialty. So this was a Flus guy that he liked out of college, and he's fast, explosive, can trigger to the ball, but sometimes it's a little bit, he can miss. Sometimes he can over pursue, and it causes some misses here and there. But no, I thought Shamar's played pretty well. Not perfect, certainly. There's still things that, he's making rookie plays here and there. But when you're putting up 26 tackles through your first 2 NFL games, that doesn't happen by accident. And so are some of the things, he's tackling when they're playing softer in coverage and giving up 10, 11 yards? Yeah, but at the same time, that's what he's being asked to do. He's being asked to drop back and keep things in front of him. And that's one of the things that I asked him last week, just watching the film back, was it seemed like in that Jets game, everything was more about, all right, we're taking away the deep play, but we're fine with giving up, the 5, 6, whatever yards and a check down in front of you. And that's where you stepped up and make all those tackles. And he, to paraphrase, is more like, yeah, that was the emphasis coming into this week is don't give up the big plays, and we're fine giving up the little stuff. So I think he's doing what he's told, and he's doing his job. And for a rookie, through his first 2 games, he's doing pretty well.
No doubt about it. Tommy, as always, man, we appreciate you taking the time. I know you making that trip, and it's just rough, man. It's just rough watching our Cowboys play like this. But we'll talk again soon, buddy. Appreciate you.
Thank you, man.
All right. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
No problem. Cowboys cannot stop the run. They can't to stop the pass, and they just keep getting beat after beat after beat. And for them to have
bad too.
For the Cowboys to have to score 30 points a game to win in the NFL is embarrassing. That's embarrassing. And Dak is playing great football. And like he said, they waited till the very end of the game to have their worst drive of the game, and they ended up costing them. And now people are going to be like, he couldn't close. Makes zero sense. Somebody that makes sense is the world's strongest man as he comes back and brings you his world's strongest take right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio AM 1300. The Zone.
Listen to something authentically Austin, the JB and Sandy podcast on the iHeartRadio app.
The earlier crash on Highway 290 westbound at FM 1826 has been taken care of, but there is a new wreck on St. Elmo Road at 1st Street. And looking onto the drive on I-35 northbound, seeing some light brake taps from Onion Creek Parkway over to William Cannon Drive. But we are traffic free on Mopac southbound from Palmer to Breaker. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Dell Technologies.
New Dell PC with Intel Core Ultra helps you handle a lot when your holiday to-dos get to be a lot. Like organizing holiday shopping, responding to requests, and customers requesting custom things. Luckily, the Dell PC helps you get it all done. That's the power of a Dell PC with Intel inside. Get yours at Dell.com/deals.
Hey, Texas fans, you got your jersey on? Check. The face paint? Check. And the lucky socks that you haven't washed since week 1. But you know what really completes your game face? An ice cold Bud Light. Because the real fans hydrate with hops. Well, sorta. Bud Light, the official domestic beer of Texas football. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Please enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Hi, this is Sarah at the Department of Rejected Dreams. If you had a dream rejected, IKEA can make it possible.
I've always dreamed of a beautiful kitchen, but my wife just wants to stay organized.
You know what they say about opposites?
That they can't agree on a kitchen?
Well, IKEA kitchens come in many styles with a variety of customizable organizers. So maybe you're not opposites at all.
Beautiful and organized. Now we just have to figure out what to eat.
That's a different department. Get the kitchen of your dreams at a price you didn't dream possible at IKEA.US/dreamkitchen. Dream the possibilities.
Out here, days are getting a little cooler, and mornings are starting with a few more layers. It's the season for more time at the grill, more feed for your animals. Heaters burned late into the night, and the woods start calling your name. We appreciate hard-working hands, shared moments, and love for our land. That's why season after season, we're here for your life out here. Tractor Supply.
Oh, how's that flu, babe? Did you take DayQuil Intense Flu yet?
Nah, I got this. Ugh, okay, I don't got this.
You stay on the couch, and I'll grab the DayQuil.
Undo your flu symptoms with DayQuil Intense Flu. DayQuil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms.
I'm ready for that to-do list.
Wow, you do got this.
DayQuil Intense Flu. The daytime coughing, aching, fever, under your flu medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Limu and I always tell you to customize your car insurance and save hundreds with Liberty Mutual. But now, we want you to feel it. Cue the emu music, Limu.
Save yourself money today. Increase your wealth. Customize and save, we say.
That may have been too much feeling.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Savings vary. Underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Excludes Massachusetts.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation and a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. Stroke risk may increase. Eliquis can cause serious and potentially fatal bleeding. Don't take if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or bleed longer. A spinal injection increases blood clot risk, which may cause paralysis. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding or bruising, or back pain, tingling, numbness, muscle weakness, or incontinence. Aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
From the ABA Heating and Cooling Weather Center, this is Zone Weather.
It'll be sunny today with a high around 91 this afternoon. Mid-60s for overnight low tonight. 92 for a high tomorrow.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. At Progressive Insurance, they offer auto, home, and commercial auto insurance, plus a variety of business insurance options to cover your small business needs and more. Visit Progressive.com today. Again, that's Progressive.com.
Hey, it's Ed Helms, host of Snafu, my podcast about history's greatest screw-ups. On our new season, we're bringing you a new snafu every single episode.
32 lost nuclear weapons. Wait, stop? What?
Yeah, it's going to be a whole lot of history, a whole lot of funny, and a whole lot of fabulous guests. Paul Scheer, Angela and Jenna, Nick Kroll, Jordan Klepper. Open your free iHeartRadio app, search Snafu with Ed Helms, and listen now.
Longhorns basketball plays here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone.
Fresh off the ride from Dallas with his boy, Hardball. He's the WWE Hall of Famer, and he's recognized as the world's strongest man. But here he is, bringing you the world's strongest man. Take it away, big fella.
All right.
What's happening, man?
You know what time it is?
What time is
it? It's time for the world's strongest man by the world's strongest man. My gosh. Back then, they didn't know. Now I'm hot. They all on me. Guys, here we go. I have to make an apology. I have an omission about how I viewed a situation that was brewing. And I said, this guy couldn't do something that I didn't see him ever changing, that he would be one of those quarterbacks that would be a cancer in the locker room, that he couldn't take his ego out of the equation. And that guy, I can't believe I'm saying this, is Aaron Rodgers. Not only are the Steelers 4-1, but Aaron Rodgers did exactly what I said he couldn't do. I said he could not manage a game, that he had to throw the ball 40 times, that he had to have over 300 yards to have a positive impact, that he would not allow a team to be based on good coaching and defense. Well, the last 2 weeks, that's exactly what he's done. He's managed games. Yesterday against the Browns, Aaron Rodgers had 21 completions on 30 attempts for only, 235 yards. He had 2 touchdowns, 0 picks. They had an assortment of guys that ran the ball that equaled only 100 yards total rushing. They played with defense, they played with strategy, and they pinned people back with the kicking game and put the offense of Cleveland in a very, very bad situation. They played complementary football. And Hardge and I'm throw you under. Hardge, come out the bushes. They caught us.
Don't put me
come
in your
on
category.
out. They caught us. My take is this. Apologies to Aaron Rodgers. To be able to go out 2 weeks in a row, manage a game, not be the focal point of the offense, and try your best not to make mistakes and still give your team 2 wins, I have to do that. Hardge, what say you?
Well, I mean, it's the understanding of who you are at the quarterback position. You're not the young gunslinger that you once were. You're not a guy that can run around and be a jerk. I'm going to tell you why. Mike Tomlin ain't having that. Mike Tomlin is still the leader of men, and spending time with Aaron, making him understand, hey, this is what I need from you. And yes, Aaron has the ego. He still believes his arm is the best in the league, and he's had to make some big throws every once in a while. But he also understands, hey, wait, I'm on a team with Jalen Ramsey, who had more sacks than TJ Watt yesterday. He made sure to point that out.
Yeah, point it out.
You're playing with a guy like Deshaun Elliott. You're playing with TJ Watt. And you have a defense that is one of the best in football. I don't have to be the superstar. All I got to make sure is I don't mess this thing up. Because if he has to be that guy, I think he still has it in him for maybe 1 or 2 games. But it's not the Aaron Rodgers show in Pittsburgh. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers. Because that franchise is going to be here longer than you, Aaron. And you got an opportunity with a coach who has been up against it as well. We've talked about the fact that, he's won every season. He never had a losing season. But one chance in the playoffs and you out. You have to be able to set yourself up. And DK Metcalf coming into his own with this squad. You got the big tight end, Darnell Washington. You got the running game with Jalen Warren and Kenneth Gainwell. You've got pieces on this team that is going to help you not have to exert too much. Now, you go back and you look at the last 2 games, and you're right to an extent, but you were playing against the Vikings, which was a big game. That was a big win for them, controlling the ball. But then you played against the Browns, and the Browns don't even know who they are anymore. They have no idea.
But they're an NFL team, Hardge.
Agreed. But they are a bad NFL team. They just traded a quarterback within their division because they had 7 of them on their roster. So they still are an NFL team, to your point, but you're going to get a chance now. You're about to go and play the Bengals this week, play against Joe Flacco, and that'll be on Thursday night, Amazon Prime, 7:15. But then you got the Packers, you got the Colts, and you got the Chargers. So we'll see what they're made of then. And is that a time where he thinks that he has to do a little bit more? And the Packers game is going to be on Sunday Night Football.
What if he doesn't? What if he goes out there and manages this game? Will we have a segment where Hardge has an omission and an apology?
No, I'm not saying he's not doing anything. No, I'm just saying.
Because I was hard on him.
Yeah, very. I've never been an Aaron Rodgers apologist.
I've
never been excited about Aaron Rodgers, but I do know that he's still a talented quarterback. I just didn't know where he was going to be as a teammate.
Right. I thought his ego would get in the way, that he would bring like bad juju to that team and cause Tomlin to have a losing season and give them a reason.
Time, brother.
Easy. I just didn't want Tomlin to get fired.
Yeah.
And I thought that he would be the reason that Tomlin got fired. And in fact, man, they're 4-1.
Yeah, they are 4-1.
Some coaches you can't kill.
Yep. and Tomlin is trying to figure out another way to stick around. And that's exactly what they've been able to do. You're right. They are 4-1 in the AFC South. And they are right there in the thick of things when you start to see teams that can really do something.
In Cincinnati and Baltimore, they're failing even worse.
Oh my God, I can't believe this.
Exactly.
So
2-4 Cincinnati Bengals, 1-5. 1-5 Ravens after another loss. And of course, you just mentioned the Cleveland Browns. They're sitting pretty right there in that division. When we come back, we'll close out the show and send you to Dan Patrick. We've got Sark today, but we also have 2 NFL games. Can't wait. And I want you to hear from George Springer. Springer Dinger, right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone.
Do you ever feel like when you're talking, nobody is listening? Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone will listen to you. What is on your mind? Go! All you have to do is use the iHeartRadio app Talkback feature when listening to AM 1300 The Zone.
Yo, hello, it's me. Enjoy the show.
We will get your message instantly, and we promise to listen to it.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center. Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
The earlier crash on Highway 290 westbound at FM 1826 has been taken care of, but there is a new wreck on St. Elmo Road at 1st Street. And looking onto the drive on I-35 northbound, seeing some light brake taps from Onion Creek Parkway over to William Cannon Drive. But we are traffic-free on Mopac southbound from Palmer to Breaker. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Dell Technologies.
New Dell PC with Intel Core Ultra helps you handle a lot when your holiday to-dos get to be a lot. Like organizing holiday shopping, responding to requests, and customers requesting custom things. Luckily, the Dell PC helps you get it all done. That's the power of a Dell PC with Intel inside. Get yours at Dell.com/deals.
Keeping score of your finances but missed the Bitcoin wagon? There's a second chance called Texitcoin. Score big at texitcoin.org.
The Texas Longhorns rebounded from their loss to Florida with a dominating 23-6 win over Oklahoma in the Red River rivalry. It was Steve Sarkisian's third win of the Cotton Bowl, in first with Arch Manning as his starting quarterback. And while Sark complimented his quarterback post-game after the win, he said it all began this past Monday.
You know, Arch took a lot of hits last week. And the biggest thing that impressed me this week about his game, he didn't miss one rep of practice this week. He came back Monday and he was not 100%. He was beat up, but he took every rep. And I think coming out of a game like that, you earn the respect of your teammates. That's the toughness you got to have, and that's the preparation that you have to have.
Get in early on the next big coin and extend your lead at texitcoin.com. This is an investment that carries risk. Texitcoin.org.
Hardball Hardge here, and I've been taking Human Super Beats, but until recently, I didn't know the full story. Human was founded out of the UT Health Science Center and built on groundbreaking research around blood flow and nitric oxide. And Super Beats supports blood flow and nitric oxide. Just 2 chews support healthy blood pressure, blood flow, and energy. And with clinically studied ingredients shown to provide nearly 2 times more effective blood pressure support than diet and exercise alone. And that's why the Longhorn's secret weapon is Human. And why do you see the logo on the field? Is because they have decided to partner with the University of Texas. Longhorn Nation, this is for us, from us, and it matters for all of us. For a convenient way to support healthy blood pressure, go to livehuman.com with 2 N's with the promo code Mike for an extra 20% off your first order. Heart health is everything. Go to livehuman.com with 2 N's with the promo code Mike.
It's a little quiet on the border these days. Illegal border crossings at an all-time low because Donald Trump and Senator John Cornyn have been fighting side by side to seal the border. Cornyn has led the charge in the Senate, funding more agents, more technology, and more miles of secure border wall, beating back Biden's border failures, taking the fight directly to the cartels. Cornyn stands with President Trump, voting with him 99% of the time, supporting Trump's nominees, confirming conservative judges who defend our Constitution, and together, Trump and Cornyn put America first. They've worked to keep our families safe and our border defended. Yep, it's quieter on the border now because real leadership gets results. Call and thank Senator John Cornyn, 713-572-3337, and tell him to keep delivering Trump's agenda. Paid for by Lone Star Freedom Project, LoneStarFreedomProject.com.
This is it, the biggest race weekend of the year. The Formula One United States Grand Prix roars back into Austin October 17th through 19th at Circuit of the Americas. 3 days of racing, 3 massive headliners, 1 legendary weekend. Witness 36 hours of entertainment featuring performances by Kygo, Garth Brooks, and the Turnpike Troubadours. Lock in your spot today at thecircuit.com. That's thecircuit.com.
Let's be real, Texas. Egg salad isn't egg salad without Miracle Whip. Everyone from Amarillo to Brownsville knows that tangy zip. So here's to you for keeping it bold, keeping it zippy, and keeping Miracle Whip in all your favorite recipes. Buy now and get your tang on, Texas.
iHeart presents
The police coming straight from the underground.
Ice Cube, bringing truth to power.
You know how we do.
Featuring 4 decades of attitude, a musical production like he's never done before. Taking the stage at Moody Center, October 16th. Ice Cube, Truth to Power Tour. 4 decades of attitude.
Before hip-hop, homies got shot.
Get tickets now at livenation.com.
Oh, no.
Ah, that's the sound of someone who's misplaced
My debit card.
their debit card.
Where'd I leave that thing?
Not at the gas pump, or the checkout counter, or the roof of your car. Now, if he has the Chase mobile app, he can use Card Lock.
Wait, I could just lock my card.
Yep, just a few tippy taps on his phone, and that sound, that's peace of mind from Chase.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank N.A. member FDIC.
Your one stop for advertising? Call 844-844-iHeart.
Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, your home for the Texas Longhorns.
What a great way to start the week of action right here on the morning kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone, Texas Longhorns. Victory against a large rival at the Red River Shootout, whatever you call it. 23-6. We want to thank everyone that made it possible for us. We want to thank Christine here in the office for making sure that we had great accommodations. I want to give a shout out to RW and our guy Barrett for hosting us and having a great time. I want to give a shout out to the Yellow Rose for sponsoring our trip and the great folks over at Clover Chevy Ford and Hutto. Great ride, great time driving back. Mark actually rode with me. It was good. You did good, Mark. I was proud of you.
Yeah, but my medicine was good.
You survived.
I had some good medicine. Hey, I just want to let y'all know that there is construction from Waco to what is that, Temple?
Not all the way to Temple, but yeah,
almost
to like Lorena or something.
Hardge drove 97 all the way through there. I don't know how we survived, but by the grace of God,
by the grace of God,
we made it. But I didn't think so at one point.
We here. We made it back to the people. And we wanted to make sure that we had a great time. Also, we want to give a shout out to Old Mill Inn as we had a great time out there. All the folks that came to see us and said hello. So it was a lot of fun, and that victory's a lot sweeter, right?
It is, man.
I mean, it's a lot.
That would have been
sweeter.
a long ride back
with the loss.
With a loss on our chest.
Yeah, that would have been awful. But just want y'all to know that college football will continue on Tuesday, tomorrow. There's a bunch of games because now we have football for 50 straight days. It's already started on last Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We've got football 50 straight days, and it is going to be exciting. New Mexico State and Liberty, they play tomorrow night. Arkansas State and South Alabama, and then you got Florida International and Western Kentucky starting tomorrow. Wednesday, you got Delaware.
Hilltoppers.
Delaware versus Jacksonville State. Cam Cook from Stony Point. He's one of the top running backs in the land. He's already gone over 832 yards rushing this season. He's on Jacksonville State after he transferred from TCU. He went there. And then you got UTEP and Sam Houston, two teams that the Texas Longhorns has defeated. They both play each other on Wednesday night. Then we got Thursday, Friday. I mean, football every single day. But tonight, Mark, we've got 2 NFL ball games.
Garbage.
Get your focus on. You got the Buffalo Bills traveling to Atlanta to take on Bijan Robinson, who just happens to be one of the best players in the NFL, in case you were wondering. And it's not just me, Mark. It's not just me. It's everybody that watches football loves them some Bijan. And, of course, you've got the Chicago Bears taking on the Washington Commanders. 2 Heisman Trophy winning quarterbacks.
I'll watch that game.
Going at it. Hey, you can watch that one on ABC. The first game is be on ESPN, and the second game will be on ABC. Mark, we did a poll.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. Preach. Talk about it.
And the people were with you. The people were with you.
Tired of being right.
The people were with you, Mark. Only a few people.
I'm tired of it.
We only had 2 people vote. But
oops. Maybe got a little bit too excited.
No, I'm just kidding. It was a good vote. It was right. You got the right stuff on that one, because that day I had lunch with a buddy of mine, and I asked him, I said, "Hey man, how you feel about 2 football games?" "Oh man, I can't stand it. Monday Night Football, the tradition is just Monday Night Football. And we should be watching Monday Night Football
there
with
you
1
go.
game, not 2. Well, I mean, this is part of our job. So we need as many sports topics as we could talk about. And also, yesterday, Major League Baseball got it started with the ALCS Championship Series. And now you get to see Springer Dinger back in action.
Into that in the division series, and on the first pitch, George Springer lights the
George Springer hits the first pitch out of the park for the Toronto Blue Jays, but that wasn't enough, as the big dumper decided it was time to welcome himself to the party.
high drive right field. Cal Raleigh has connected and tied the game in the 6th. It's the big dumper when the Mariners need him most. 62nd of the season, and game 1 of the championship series is tied up.
They tied it, but they ended up winning the game. The Seattle Mariners take game 1 3-1 over the Toronto Blue Jays. Game 2 of that series will take place today, starting at 3:00. And of course, you got the Dodgers at the Milwaukee Brewers tonight at 6:08 first pitch. You can watch that game on TBS. You can watch Fox and FS1 for the first game. But also make sure you tuned in this afternoon or this morning, starting at 11 o'clock. Myself, Craig Way, the voice of the Texas Longhorns, and Cam Parker will be at Coach Steve Sarkisian's press availability that he will take the microphone at 11:30. And then, of course, you can listen to Craig Way, Cam Parker, and Jake Herman this afternoon on the Craig Way Show starting at 2 o'clock. Exciting week, folks. By the way, Texas kickoff on Saturday will be at 6 p.m. Texas will take on Kentucky at 6 o'clock at night. We will kick off our pregame show starting at 3 o'clock right here on your home for Texas football, Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone. For Mark Henry, for Marcus, I'm Hardball Hardge. And don't forget, don't believe everything you see, because even salt looks like sugar. Peace. Hardball Hardge here. Austin, you like bone-in? Get the Friday lunch special at the Yellow Rose. A voluptuous 16-ounce certified Angus bone-in ribeye at the Yellow Rose for just $20. A steak so good, you'll forget to look up. Fridays at the Yellow Rose ain't just lunch. It's a feast for VIPs. Comes with a side and the best view in Austin. Get a $20